The Consumer Guarantees Act 1993, presented by Tobias, Rhea, Dheil and Aimee Dickenson.
A consumer is someone who acquires a good or service through a transaction. A person is classified as a consumer when they obtain goods or services through ordinary means for personal, domestic or household consumption. Consumers can acquire goods or services through purchase, gift, exchange or hireage. A supplier is a person or a company in trade that supplies goods or services to customers. Trade is classified as being any standard business, profession, occupation or activity of commerce relating to the supply of goods or services. The Consumer Guarantees Act applies to any type of supplier or consumer in trade. All transactions between consumers and suppliers will be covered by the Consumer Guarantees Act, so long as the trade is one that the ordinary and reasonable person would make. The Consumer Guarantees Act does not apply if the product is resupplied to the market or consumed in the course of production. The Consumer Guarantees Act protects customers by allowing them to seek repairs, refunds, and replacements when goods are faulty. This Act sets minimum guarantees that apply to all services and goods. Consumers are given various guarantees under the Consumer Guarantees Act when purchasing goods. These guarantees include the guarantee that the goods will be of acceptable quality, acceptable in appearance and finish, free from defects, safe, and durable. Goods must be fit for the purpose that they were purchased for. It must meet that purpose unless they are not relying on the skill or judgment of the supplier, or it is not reasonable to rely on the skill or judgment. Goods must comply with the description, and goods must comply with the sample or demonstration model. Consumers that are purchasing a service are guaranteed that the service will be completed with reasonable care and skill. They will also be guaranteed that the service will be fit for the particular purpose specified, be a reasonable price, and that the service will be completed within a reasonable time frame, unless there is an agreed time of completion. If the product is not satisfactory and the product can be fixed, then the product may be fixed, replaced or refunded. Replacement goods are still covered by the CGA. If the goods can't be fixed or are not fixed within a reasonable time frame, the fixed goods can be rejected in favour of a replacement or refund. If there is a loss consequential to the product's failure, then the CGA may apply. The damage must be reasonably foreseeable. If the goods are not of acceptable quality or fail to match the descriptions, then damages can be claimed.
According to subsection 2 of section 43 of the Consumer Guarantees Act, it is possible to contract out of the CGA. When a business wishes to do so, there are particular regulations put in place to ensure the safety of both parties. All parties involved with contracting out of the CGA must, by law, be in trade, and the good and service they are providing must also be supplied and acquired through said trade. Both parties must also have their agreements signed in writing. However, the CGA will always apply to any other transaction. Despite a party or both parties wanting to opt out, contracting out will not be an option for any other non-business-to-business transactions. The CGA does have some consequences for business practices. When a company makes an attempt to contract out that is not viable, it can be faced with a $600,000 fine. If an individual makes such an attempt, a $200,000 fine will entail, as both businesses and the individual will be in breach of the Fair Trading Act 1986. However, illegally trying to contract out the CGA is not the only breach that could have penalties. The CGA protects consumers by ensuring that businesses do not sell any faulty products, delay the complaint process, or refuse to refund or replace any product that has not met the normal standard, or a service that has not been carried out with reasonable care and skill. The CGA ensures all of these standards are met by anyone in trade.